Hello everyone, this is Kelly with Books I'm Not Reading, and today I wanted to talk to you about, drumroll, the Cormoran Strike series. This is the newest one, Lethal White, by Robert Galbraith, a.k.a. a.k.a. Rowling. So, let's see, I think I have a picture. You can see the 3 previous books in the series. The first one's Cuckoo's Calling, which is about a model whose death is ruled a suicide, and someone doesn't believe it and asks the main character, Cormoran, to investigate it. The Silkworm is actually about the publishing world, which I find quite interesting. I wonder if there's because of her experience with the publishing world, if there's some kind of inside jokes maybe in there that the rest of us aren't aware of. But I thought it was really interesting for an author of kind of like, I don't know, her celebrity to be writing about the publishing world. And the third one is Career of Evil, which I do have to say is extremely dark and graphic. So that one is not for the faint of heart, in my opinion. So Lethal White, I don't know how long I can hold this up. Anyway, so the whole series revolves around Cormoran Strike, who was in the military and lost part of his leg, so he has a prosthetic, and he hires Robin Ellicott to be kind of a temp for him, and she shows up and he doesn't have any money, and anyway, so of course, you know, they figure something out, and she stays on, and she's always really been interested in solving crimes and that kind of whole world. I think the thing that I enjoy the most about this series, and by the way, no spoilers, no spoilers in this video, and I would really appreciate if you do leave a comment if you will not, if you can refrain from leaving spoilers, so that other people who haven't read the series and want to give it a try don't have anything ruined for them. But the thing that I love the most about this series is a couple things. The primary one is sort of the role, the fact of Cormoran not having, you know, full use of both legs, and what that does to someone who's trying to actually physically chase people down. And I'd never thought of that before. I never thought of how hard it would be to live in a place like London, where, you know, there's not elevators and escalators and that kind of stuff everywhere. Like, just physically standing all day spying on someone, like the kind of toll that takes on his body, that's very different from any other detective series. There's also a lot of discussion in this series about post-traumatic stress disorder, and I find that really interesting as well, because I just, you know, I just personally don't know that much about it, haven't known anyone, well, I don't want to say I don't know anyone with it, but just to read about it, to read about the interior experience, which is something that even though the first 3, and this one will be made as well, the first 3 have been made into film adaptations, and I did watch them. They were on Cinemax in America. Come on, public television, like, what happened there? Like, how did Cinemax get these instead of public television? I don't know. And I believe in the UK, they were on BBC, of course, and so, anyway, I actually didn't feel like they gave the books enough time. The adaptations, particularly the Silkworm and Career of Evil, those all should have been 3-part. This one is by far and away the longest one. I mean, I do still have a bookmark in here. It's by far and away the longest one, and again, I think it's going to be a 3-part series on the BBC. But, I mean, you know, part of me is like, maybe it should be 4. But at the same time, like, as much as I did enjoy this book, and the last probably 150 pages were like a steam train for me, like, I mean, there was some really, really suspenseful scenes in it that I thought was great, was fantastic. It doesn't need to be this long, though. Like, I feel like someone needs to say, JK, like, we know you're like the most famous author in the world, but you still need an editor. Like, you still need someone. Like, there were so many kind of red herrings and false trails in this book that I felt like weren't necessary. One of the things I liked about The Cuckoo's Calling was that I felt like it was relatively tight. Not everyone feels that way about that book, but I did actually find a video from Book Riot that I'll link to below if you'd like to check that out, who her theory is mystery books should only be at most 400 pages. I'm not sure if I agree with her on that, but I will say, like, if you are going to write a mystery that's 647 pages long, then you really need, like, to be able to justify that. And again, I felt like some of it was justified in the sense that they did spend time, you know, talking about post-traumatic stress disorder and the whole amputee part of things and exploring that more, again, which, yeah. So, and that's something you can really only do in a book. You can't necessarily, I don't think it lends itself well to adaptations. So, or at least I didn't feel like it worked or was explained particularly well in the adaptations that I saw. So, anyway, I mean, I think they're great mystery books, and I do have to say that I love that J.K. Rowling is writing these, although I heard, like, some crazy rumor that she said she could write 10 more books about Cormoran Strike. I'm not sure we need 10 more books. Like, really? Like, I'm not sure that that's necessary. But, I mean, she clearly isn't writing these for the money. I don't think, anyway. So, I think it's just like kind of a labor of love. I did not read Casual Vacancy. I will say that. If you think I should, if you think it's worthwhile, let me know, by all means, in the comment section below. But I find these really interesting mysteries. And, yeah, I was excited when this one came out. I think I don't know how many copies my library bought, but I'm pretty sure that I was high on the list because I got it the week it came out, and it is overdue. So my apologies to the person who has this book on hold. I'll turn it in tomorrow, I promise. So the other thing I want to talk about was the price of this book, which in America is $29 and in Canada is $38. That's a lot of money to pay for a book that, I mean, I'm not going to say like it's super, super light or something like that, you know, but it's also not Dickens either. Let's be real. So I think that is another, I don't know if these kind of books, if she's going to write them this long, if they just should go straight to paperback, probably not, because, you know, then they'd be missing out on all the money for the people who can't wait. And, you know, fortunately, my library does have this series, so I'm able to read it for free, but, yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. Anyway, so overall, though, I think this is an enjoyable mystery series. Again, I thought this one, she just got a little carried away. It was a little bit long. I would say Cuckoo's Calling is probably the book that I liked the most so far in the series, but I do really like some of the ideas that she's exploring, and I think that she's the only one I'm aware of who's doing it. So, as you know, like, I am reading a lot of mysteries in October, and if there is a series out there that you are really passionate about, I would love to hear what that is so that I can check into that. And if you like these books, or if you hate these books, whatever the case may be, like, please feel free, again, to talk about, what your feelings are about this. Did this book need to be this long? I don't think so. But again, like, some of the scenes towards the end of the book were super suspenseful, really, really gripping. So yeah, I enjoyed it. But again, I don't own any of these books. I don't feel the need to, reread them over and over again. And there do seem to be some fans who are like that. Yeah, I don't know if it's like an after Harry Potter effect. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. These books are extremely different. The voices are different. I think she does a great job of separating Cormoran's view from Robin's view in there. So there's some definite strengths for sure overall to the series, but there are also some things that I wish she would handle differently. So that's just my thoughts. So anyway, this will probably be a 4-star book for me. I'm not sure what I've rated the other ones. I'll have to go and check, but I'll leave a comment below. But anyway, so if you're reading this and enjoying it, again, we have other series that you think are more worth my time, let me know. So thanks so much, BookTube. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.